Hello, good evening to all of you. Good evening, my dear friends. All right, so friends, welcome once again to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I am Gaurav Gupta, and probably you all would know me. I have basically appeared at on YouTube on the same channel previously as well. Now, friends, first of all, the students who are present in this session, can you quickly confirm if I'm audible to all of you or not so that we can begin this session? So, those who are present in this session, can you quickly confirm if I am audible to all of you or not? So, give me a thumbs up, give me yes, just post anything in the chat box so that I'll get a confirmation that I am audible and फिर हम ये session begin करेंगे. Come on, quickly. So those students who are present in this session, give me a quick confirmation. All right, Chandan, thank you very much for confirmation that I am audible to you. Wonderful. Varsha, I can see your message. Preeti, thank you very much. Siddharth, great. So friends, let's begin with this session. So all of you would have seen, or probably some of you who have like taken snap examination in the first slot, so all of you must be aware of the type of question that appeared in SNAP examination in the first slot. Now, friends, in this session, I have basically brought for all of you some of the popular questions, some of the very good question. I'll not say very high level of difficulty question, but some of the questions, the types of which we can say that it will be highly probable to appear in the next two slots of snap. So we have the next two slots. First, the second slot is on 8th of January and the third slot is on 16th of January. So the session that I'm going to take today is relevant from the point of view of QA section of both these slots. So I cannot discuss the questions from slot 1 because of because we cannot disclose those questions online. But I have taken questions from previous year SNAP examinations from like whatever sources that we have. So we have taken questions from SNAP previous years, and I have taken the questions which are matching to the level of difficulty of the questions which we have seen in slot 1 this year. All right, so let's begin with this session. So we'll be solving around 10-12 questions of QA, and definitely I'll be telling you some alternate ways of solving these questions wherever possible. I'll be giving you the shortcut ways of solving these questions. Now the key to success in this examination is we have 60 minutes and we have 60 questions. So we have to finish off with maximum number of questions in these 60 minutes. All right. If I'll talk about the probable cutoffs for the top colleges which are under SNAP, so I can say that for SIBM Pune and SMHRD, like a score of 44-45 will be safe. In case you are lying in a bracket of 40 or 40 plus, then you can get definite calls from SIIB and SIBM Bangalore. All right. Yes, Aditya, definitely. So you're saying that, sir, hoping to see the same quality questions. So yes. So normally, क्या होता है, Aditya? Generally, like whenever you have examinations in different slots, though it did not happen the last year. So whenever we have an examination in different slots, so what they do is they try to match the level of difficulty. They try to. Okay. Last year we did not see the same thing in Snap, but this year I am also expecting that the level of difficulty will not vary as much it varied in the previous year. Okay. Especially in slot 2, last year it was little similar. The level of difficulty increased drastically in the slot 3. All right. So this year, hoping that the level of difficulty will be similar. So I have tried to keep a similar or a little higher level of difficulty as compared to slot 1, whatever we have seen there. So let us start with this session quickly. So the first question on your screen now, I'll be giving you around 30 seconds to solve every question. We have less amount of time. So if you want, you can pause the video and you can resume from there if you want some more time to solve that question. Okay, I'll be giving you around 30 to 45 seconds for every question, and after which I'll start with the discussion. All right, so let's begin. Question number one. Chandan, I'm really sorry, not in this session, but definitely we'll be conducting a session where we'll be discussing what all forms or what all calls you can expect based on the scores. Okay, and especially postgraduate diploma in agribusiness management. Right now, I cannot comment, but ABM, Vivek, 45 will be too high for ABM. So generally ABM का cutoff थोड़ा low ही जाता है. All right. Okay, so question. Oh, I'm sorry, Vivek, you have given the answer. I thought you were giving the answer for question asked by Chandan. Okay, so the question in front of you. Let's start with the discussion. In the given figure, L1 is parallel to L2, so these two lines are given parallel. Then we have to find the value of angle X. Now, not much is written about the given figure, but we can definitely say that wherever they have marked the angles with the same sign, those angles will be equal. So we can say that this angle and this angle are equal. Similarly, this angle and this angle, they are also equal. Okay, so I'll give you 10 seconds and I want all of you to solve this question quickly. Meanwhile, just give me a few seconds. All right, I'm back. So the students who are saying that answer will be cannot be determined. So please think once again. The angles which are marked with same symbol are given to be equal. Okay. So these angles are equal. So I'll call them Y and Y. All right. These angles are equal. I'll call them Z and Z. X is already given. Okay. Now I can say that this angle completely and this angle completely, they will add up to 180. They are supplementary angles. So 2y plus 2z will be equal to 180, and that will give me the value of y plus z as 90. All right. ये क्वेश्चन ओरली भी कर सकते हैं, बहुत आसान सा क्वेश्चन है. ऑलरेडी विवेक हैज गिवन द आंसर इन लेस देन 10 सेकेंड्स. ओके, सो 2y प्लस 2z का वैल्यू 180 है, तो y प्लस z कितना हो जाएगा? इट विल बिकम 890. ओके, now if y plus z is 90, considering this triangle, I can say that the remaining angle, this angle of the triangle, will also be equal to 90. Okay, so एक angle पता लग गया. Now based on this, the remaining angle, this angle, which is 2x, so 2x will also be equal to 90, and the value of x will come out to be 45 degrees. So the students who have practiced even the basic concepts of lines and angles, they can solve this question orally. So definitely answer will be 45 degrees. That is option B. All right. Okay. So Vivek, uh, Sharath and Rishi, wonderful. Good response. Let's move ahead and look at the next question. Aditya is asking, sir, 90 kaise aaya? Okay. So Aditya, I'm explaining it once again. Okay. Now, Aditya, whenever you are given two parallel lines like this, which are intersected by a transversal, so these two angles, this is a property that sum of these two angles is 180 degrees. So the angles that I have marked in this figure, they are supplementary angles. The sum is 180 degrees. So if this angle is y, this angle is y, this is z and this is z. So you can say that 2y plus 2z will be equal to 180 degree, and y plus z का value 90 आ जाएगा. Okay, now consider the triangle. I'm again marking a triangle. So triangle ABC. Okay, consider triangle ABC. In this triangle, the sum of y and z, y plus z is 90. So remaining angle will be equal to 90 degrees. All right. Then finally, if you'll consider this line, this is a straight line. Okay, so straight line complete angle is 180 degree, out of which one part is 90. So the remaining part will also be 90. All right. Okay. So this was question number one. Let's move on to the next question very quickly. So this is the next question. So read it carefully, quickly give me an answer for this. So question says ABC Paints Limited is planning to create different combinations of dyes. The research team has decided they will be using five different green dyes. So we have five different green dyes. All right. Three different red dyes, three red, and four different blue dyes. Meanwhile, I'm solving this question slowly. You all can solve it and give me a quick answer. Question is asking how many combinations of dyes can be created by ABC Paints by including, now this is the condition, careful, by including at least one blue. So we need at least one blue and one green. So minimum एक blue and एक green होनी चाहिए. Okay. Now we know by logic of permutation combination that let's say if you have let's say n same articles or n articles are there. All right. Now number of ways of selecting at least one is 2 raised to the power n minus 1. Number of ways of selecting at least one is 2 raised to the power n minus 1, and number of ways of selecting 0 or more of these n articles is 2 raised to the power n. All right. So if you are given n different articles, let's say n distinct balls, n distinct beads, n distinct dyes, because यहाँ पे different दिया हुआ है. So there were five different green dyes, three different red dyes, and four different blue dyes. Okay. So n articles at least one select करने के number of ways is 2 raised to the power n minus 1, and 0 or more के लिए it is 2 raised to the power n. Now the condition is on green dye and blue dye. So green dye मेरे को at least one select करना है. So number of ways क्या हो जाएगा 2 raised to the power 5 minus 1, that is equal to 31. Again condition is on blue dye. So 2 raised to the power 4 minus 1, which will be 15. There is no condition on red dye, so I can even select 0 or more red dyes. So for this, it will be 2 raised to the power 3, that is 8. So the final answer will be the product of these three numbers, 31 into 8 into 15. All right. So 31 into 120. And if you'll multiply these two numbers, now Vivek, there is no need to multiply. ठीक है ना, इनको multiply मत करो. You can see that 31 into 120, obviously it cannot be option C, it cannot be option D. Also, it cannot be of the tune of 5700. 5000 something to nahi ho sakta 31 into 20. Alright, this will be somewhere around 3000 or 4000. So, no need to multiply, just use the options and mark the correct answer, which is option B, which is none of the options is correct. Okay, so a very simple question. If you have understood, then rest is calculation. You just need to multiply these three numbers. Even if you want to find out the exact value of this, so it will be 3720. If you'll multiply these two numbers, 31 and 120, and the correct answer will be option B. None of the options is correct. All right, fine. Let's move on to the next question without wasting any time. Sonal and Meenal appear in an interview. So again, I'm going very slow. You all can read this question quickly and give me an answer. Sonal and Meenal appear in an interview for same post having two vacancies. If Sonal, okay, wait, guys, थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ है इस क्वेश्चन में. So wait, so let me just quickly have a look at this question. I think the question is incomplete. Give me a few seconds. Give me a few seconds. All right. So If 1 by 7 is the probability, if so there is a small change. If 1 by 7 is Sonal's probability of selection, and 1 by 5 is Meenal's probability of selection. So this was missing, I'm really sorry. Okay, so Sonal and Meenal appear in an interview for same post having two vacancies. If 1 by 7 is Sonal's probability and 1 by 5 is Meenal's probability of selection, then what is the probability that only one of them is selected? So this is the complete question. All right. So let's solve this. Let's begin with this. Now Sonal's probability is 1. So probability that Sonal will be selected is 1 by 7, and probability that Sonal will not be selected will be 1 minus 1 by 7. That is 6 upon 7. Similarly for Meenal, probability is 1 by 5, and probability that Meenal will not be selected will be 4 upon 5. Now I want the probability such that exactly one of them is selected. Okay? Now there will be two cases. If Sonal is selected and Meenal is not selected, this is the first case. Second case is Sonal is not selected and Meenal will be selected. So I'll just go ahead with the calculations. Okay. So if Sonal is selected, it is 1 by 7, and Meenal is not selected, it is 4 upon 5. That is 4 upon 35. Similarly, if Sonal is not selected, it will be 6 upon 7, and if Meenal is selected, it will be 1 upon 5. All right, so it will be 6 upon 35. So final answer will be the sum of these two, that is 10 upon 35. Upon cancelling 5, it will be 2 upon 7. So 2 upon 7, that is option B is the correct answer. And all of you have given this answer. Great. So Mahima, Varsha, Surbhi, Aditya, and Sharad. Great. And Chandan as well. Lovely. Okay. So let's quickly move on to the next question. Asan question tha. This is our next question based on logs. अब log का question ना generally हमें difficult लगता ही है. But this is the most simple question of logarithms that you can get in any examination. All right, so again giving you some time to solve this question. All right, now given the value of log 11 to the base 10, and you need to find out the value of log of 1 by 110 to the base 10. So just quickly revising the properties of logarithms, log a upon b is equal to log a minus log b. This is one property that will be useful here. Another property that will be useful here will be log 1 any base. So log 1 any base is equal to 0. Okay, yes, is it so? Log 1 is always equal to 0. Fine. Now based on this, can you quickly tell me what will be the answer for this question? Now we need to find out the value of log of 1 upon 110, log of 1 upon 110 to the base 10. Okay, now I can write it as log 1 to the base 10 minus log of 110 to the base 10. Okay, now log 1 is equal to 0. I'll substitute that. So 0 minus log of 110 to the base 10. Now next I can write 110 as 10 into 11. So it will be negative log of 10 into 11. Okay. Now further it can be written as log of 10 plus log of 11. All right. So negative of log 10 minus log of 11, and both the bases are 10. Now log 10 to the base 10 will be 1. So it will be negative 1 minus log 11 to the base 10 is already given in the question as a. All right. So your final answer will be negative of 1 plus a or negative of a plus 1. and the final answer will be option D, that is minus a plus 1. All right. So again, all of you wonderful people have given a correct answer. Great. So with this, I hope you have understood up till this point. Now friends, if you're liking this session, quickly press the like button. Jaldi se press the like button, and please do share with do share this session with some of your friends so that they can also watch this session. They can also benefit from here. All right. Moving on to the next question, question number 5. A man purchased a TV and fridge. If the price of TV is 150% of price of fridge, then the price of fridge is what percentage of the total cost of TV and fridge? Now this question is easy. The only mistake that you can do is while reading this question, while interpreting what we have to calculate. Okay, so jo expression calculate karni, you need to write that expression properly. Okay, so just be careful. Take a few seconds, 10 seconds. 10 seconds से ज्यादा का क्वेश्चन नहीं है ये. So quickly give me an answer for this one. All right, you're taking a lot of time. Come on. All right, Rishi, good. Surbhi, Aditya, nice. So I'm getting the answers. So let's start. Now, guys, one more thing that we must implement while solving questions at the time of this examination, because हमारे पास सिर्फ 1 hour है. 1 hour में we have to maximize the number of attempts. So what you need to do is you need to reduce the amount of rough work that you are doing. ठीक है ना? So ऐसा क्वेश्चन अगर orally कर सकते हो तो it's well and good. Otherwise just write as much minimum as possible. The price of TV is 150% of the price of fridge. So price of fridge अगर 10 assume कर लेते हैं, if I'll assume the price of fridge as 10 or maybe 100, okay, so I'm assuming the price of fridge as 10. So the price of TV is 150% of the price of fridge. It's not 150% more than the price of fridge. Be careful. So price of TV will become 15. Okay, then the expression that we have to calculate is the price of fridge, that is 10, is what percentage of total cost of TV and fridge, which is 25. So the fraction obtained is 2 upon 5. If I'll convert it into percentages, 1 upon 5 is 20%, so 2 upon 5 will be 40%. Okay, so I have not written in 200. First of all, must notice this particular thing. In 200 लिख दो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, but while writing 100, you will take at least 2 seconds. 2 seconds तो लगाओगे ना? Why not save those 2 seconds as well? Okay, so your answer is 40%. Option B is correct. Okay, so one important thing is save the time that you are wasting, that you are basically using in writing a lot of things while doing rough work. Okay, so it's a rough sheet, nobody is going to look at it, so please save your time there as well. Okay, next question. Now, first thing is, in the examination like snap, we should not even start with such a type of question. ऐसा क्वेश्चन देखते के साथ ही छोड़ दो. There are 5 lines. 5 lines को रीड करने में कम से कम 1 मिनट लगेगा. Okay, you will take at least 1 minute to read these 5 lines, and then probably half a minute to solve. Okay, why to spend 1.5 minutes when we can solve some of the questions in less than 45 seconds? So one criteria of selecting questions in such an examination, which is a speed-based examination, is the length of the question. So such lengthy questions should not be attempted in first go. Let's say after 55 minutes, you have 1 or 2 minutes or 3 minutes left. Okay, you can spend on quant section, then you can come back and do such type of questions. All right. Okay, so ये क्वेश्चन बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, बट एक लेंदी क्वेश्चन है. सो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन ऑफ 3 set Venn diagram. Okay, so we can see company A, B and C. So I'll quickly draw a Venn diagram. I'll also tell some of the points that you need to take care while solving questions of Venn diagram. Okay, so if you'll notice some of the things that I am doing, you will never commit a mistake. Okay, during the placement season of class A, 21 students got listed for A, 21 for A, 26 for B, and 29 for C. I'm not writing these numbers inside the circles, I'm writing them outside the circles. This is given 21 for company A. This is not only company A. Only A nahi given hai. If they will mention it as only A, I'll write it inside the circle at this place. Okay, so since this is entire A, I'll write it outside the circle. Okay, so just the placement of these numbers will help you in solving such questions very easily, right? Okay, now reading further, 29 for C, right? 14 students got shortlisted for A and B both. Now 14 for A and B both. That means this 14 is the value of this sum, in dono ka sum, in dono regions. So should not be writing 14 anywhere here. So I should be writing 14 outside. Okay, so 14 is the value for A and B. It is not the value for only A and B. All right, so 14 is A and B, 12 for A and C, 12 will come here, and 15 for B and C. All right, all the companies shortlisted 8 students, so all 3 is 8. Now based on these values, I can quickly find the value of the blank places. All right, so 14 minus 8 will be 6, 12 minus 8 will be 4, and 15 minus 8 will be 7. Right, now the values of only B and only C is required. So I'll just focus on those values. So only B will be 26 minus these three numbers. So 26 minus 6, 8 and 7. All right, so this value will come out to be 5. And then only C will be 29 minus these three numbers, which is 4, 8 and 7. So this will come out to be 10. So what we need to calculate is, we have to find the ratio of the number of students who got shortlisted for only B and only C. So only B is 5, only C is 10. Answer will be 1 upon 2. That is option B. Okay, but once again I'll repeat that in the first go you must leave such type of questions. Lengthy question hai, time obviously zyada lagega. ठीक है? If time permits, you can always come back to such questions, right? Okay, next question. Pune taxi service has a fixed charge plus a variable charge based on the distance covered. For traveling 10 kilometers, the charge is 150. For traveling 15 kilometers, the charge is 220. We need to find out the charge if I'll travel 25 kilometer. All right. Now there will be some students who will make equations for this. There is no need to do that. Okay, orally कर सकते हैं इसे. Now there is a fixed component, there is a variable component. Now fixed component will remain fixed for all three travels. All right, the increase in fare from here, from 10 kilometer to 15 kilometer, is only because of increase in distance by 5 kilometer. So an increase of 5 kilometer will result in increase of 70 rupees in the fare. All right, now here I have an increase of 10 kilometers in the distance. So if 5 kilometer will increase the fare by 70, further 10 kilometers must increase the fare by 140, and 220 plus 140, that is 360, will be your final answer. Okay, so there is no need to make equation if the given condition is fixed charge and variable charge. That's it. Okay, so variable charge, which is based on distance, so there is no need to make equations for this. You can just simply solve this question in this manner. So answer is option C for this question. All right. Okay, so Chandan answered yes. So people, 140 you have written correctly. Perfect. So 220 plus 140, answer will be 360. Okay. All right, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so I'll quickly draw a figure for all of you. Okay, so these two are given as 7, the diameters, all right, and the diameter of the biggest semicircle is given as 28, and the shaded portion is, wait, all right, so this is the shaded portion, okay. So now we have to calculate the area of the shaded portion. In the following diagram, there are 4 semicircles, you can see that, and a shaded region. The diameter of the largest semicircle is 28 and the smallest is 7. The area of the shaded region. Okay, so I'll first of all number these semicircles so that there is no confusion. So semicircle number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what we have to do is we have to calculate the area of semicircle 1. We'll subtract the area of semicircle 2 as well as 3 and we'll add the area of semicircle 4. Alright, so this is how I can solve this question. Now all these are semicircles, so half common rakh lete hain hum. Now the biggest semicircle, its radius is 14, so area is pi r square. Alright, so pi 14 square. Pi 14 square is 196 pi. Alright, so I'm not writing the entire expression, I'm just saving some time. Okay, so if you'll write pi 14 square and then in the next expression you'll solve it and write 196, it will take some time. Okay, now subtract the area of these two. Now these areas are equal. Okay, so I can say that this is an entire circle or already मैंने half लगा दिया है. Okay, so you can take any one of these entire circle or it's totally up to you, whatever you want to. Okay, so what will be the area of this semicircle? So half already bahar hai. Okay, so 196 pi मैंने यहाँ पे लिख दिया है, which is the area of the entire circle. Half is written to compensate from circle to semicircle. Okay, ठीक है. So for this, the radius for semicircle number 2, the radius is 7 by 2. All right, so twice of pi. Now 7 by 2, so 7 by 2 का square कितना हो जाएगा? 49 by 4. All right, so you can write it as 49 upon 2 pi. So 49 upon 2 pi, and finally add the fourth one whose radius will be 7. Okay, so it will be 49 pi. All right, so carefully just make this expression and now you just need to simplify it. So half as it is 196 pi plus 49 upon 2 pi. I've solved these two. Okay, and half as it is 196 plus 49 upon 2. 49 upon 2 is 24.5. So this will be 220.5 pi. Half of 220.5 is 110.25. So answer will be 110.25 pi, and which is fourth option, option D. All right. So a very simple question, very basic question using the areas of semicircles. Right? Okay. आगे चलते हैं, next question देखते हैं. Now a wonderful question and it will require a little bit of calculations. Okay. Also, without doing the final calculations, you can also mark your answer using the options. So ये चीज ध्यान रखना, for this question, you can also mark your answer using options as well. If you will just write the expression of the final answer. Okay. So इसको solve करते हैं. Now Big Bang Theory cast wishes to find out the number of ways in which the word astronaut can be scrambled. They find that the number of ways in which it can be put in an unscrambling puzzle is, so basically this is just the language this which is confusing in the last line. You just need to find out in how many ways the letter of the words astronaut can be rearranged. Okay, so now I'll just check if there is repetition or not. So ASTRON, A is repeated, U and T. So T is repeated. Okay, so the final answer will be the number of alphabets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 factorial upon the repetition 2 factorial into 2 factorial. Already got the answer from Vivek and Rajat. Good. So अब इसको solve करते हैं. I'll just tell you quickly how to solve this. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 divided by 2 into 2. There is a multiplication sign up there. All right. Okay. So cancel kiya 2 and 2, 4. Okay. Now using the options, I can say that 5 into 2 is 10. So I'll take out 5 and 2. Okay. And that will compensate to 0. Okay. In the given options. All right. Now the remaining part is 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 3. Now what you can quickly do is you can calculate the unit digit in case you don't want to solve it completely. You can solve it completely. ज़्यादा difficult calculation नहीं है, but you can also calculate the unit digit. So 9 into 8 is 72. So 2 is the unit digit here. Then 2 into 7 will give you 4. 4 into 6 will give you 4. And 4 into 3 will give you 2 as the unit digit. So this product will end with 2 and then 5 into 2 का एक 0 आ जाएगा. So the product will end with 20. That is 20. So there is only one option which has 20 at its end, and this can be safely marked as an answer. Okay. कभी कभी प्रॉब्लम हो सकती थी अगर 8 आ जाता यूनिट डिजिट. So there are two options. In that case you might have to solve the entire expression. All right. But the question was easy. Just the calculation will take 10 seconds or maybe 15 seconds, and the question can be managed in around 45 seconds. All right. Okay. Now moving on to the next one. If the price of sugar increases by 20% and Salman intends to spend only an additional 5% on sugar, then find out the percentage decrease in the consumption of sugar. Again, a question of less than 20 seconds. There are multiple ways of solving this. I'll be telling you the shortest possible way of doing this one. Okay. All right. So let's start with this. Now you all must be knowing one relation between price and consumption and expenditure. Price into consumption is equal to expenditure. Okay. Now the price has increased by 20%. What should be the decrease in consumption? So let's say there is an X% decrease in consumption when Salman intends to spend only an additional 5% on sugar. So the expenditure has increased only by 5%. All right. Now this is a perfect case of the formula, if you have heard of the successive percentage change. All right. So whenever there is a successive percentage change, the formula to calculate net percentage change can be calculated by using the formula A plus B plus AB upon 100. Okay. Now this successive percentage change concept can be used whenever you have multiplications. So there are two numbers, two parameters which are getting multiplied to get some third variable, some third parameter. So you can say that the successive percentage change applied on this product, the parameters which are getting multiplied. So the successive percentage change on these two values will give you a net percentage change in expenditure. Okay, so this will become A and this will become B in the formula, and 5 will become the net percentage change. So I can say that 20 plus X plus 20X upon 100. I have just substituted the value of 20 and X in the formula, and the resultant should be equal to 5. Now, one thing I would like to say is, here in the formula, I have considered X as positive. Okay. Now, if the value of X will come out to be a negative number, it will automatically be a decrease. Okay. So the sign will be taken care by this formula only. All right. So upon solving this, I can say 20 will go on the right hand side. So X plus X upon 5 is equal to minus 15. 6x upon 5 is minus 15, and the value of X will come out to be minus 75 upon 6, which is 25 upon 2, or 12.5 percentage. So the value of X is negative of 12.5 percentage. So I can say that there will be a net percentage decrease in the consumption. So the consumption will reduce by 12.5 percentage. All right. Thank you, Deepika. Thank you for the compliment. So answer will be 12.5 percentage decrease. Option B, which has given, like the same answer has been given by almost all of you. Wonderful people. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Oh, that's all. So that's all for this session. So we have already covered more than 10 questions, I believe. Okay. So friends, that's all from my side. I hope you would have liked this session. In case you have liked the session, please do press the like button. I'll be coming again and again with such type of sessions for all of you. Don't worry about that. Okay. And I want all of you to be preparing well for this particular examination. All right. Now, some of the things that I have told you about the usage of rough work, about the quantity of things that you are writing in your rough space. Please be careful about such things. These are very small hygiene factors that we tend to forget as soon as we start the examination. Okay, so make sure you're not just ignoring such facts, because the amount of rough work that we do, it is one of the biggest factors which decides the number of questions that we are attempting in the examination. All right. So all the very best from my side. Now, guys, one very important information for all of you that I have is, like, obviously you all are writing these examinations, but the second stage of selection procedure, which is the preparation for group interviews, personal interviews, VATs, group discussions, case studies, essay writing, group exercises. So there are lots of things which might be tested by different colleges in this second stage of selection procedure. Now we have already a program which has been launched for this GDPI preparation. Okay, and some of the highlights are given for all of you on the screen that you can see. Okay, so you can go ahead and enroll for this particular batch, and you can see the mentors will be teaching you will be I'm Indore and I'm Calcutta alumni. All right, so please do join this batch. Any student who is preparing for CAT 2022, we have a complete course batch number 5 which is already launched, so you can just look at the details mentioned on the screen and may enroll for this batch. For any kind of query, you may just call on this number. Okay, so which is given at the bottom of the screen, so you may go ahead and call this number. Vivek, wait a second. I'll come to your question. Vivek has just asked which section spend more amount of time. So Vivek, I'll be coming back and will be answering to this question. Just give me a second. So this is the list of experts that we have on our panel. You can see that on an average, we have more than 10 years of work experience, right? I've been teaching since last 14, 15 years also. Okay. So again, a request to all of you, please like this session, comment, share, and subscribe our channel. All right. Now, Vivek, you're asking which section spend more amount of time. Vivek, thing is like the suggestion is you must act according to your strong area. All right. Now, since we don't have sectional cutoffs in Snap, we need to just maximize our score. Okay. So what I'll say is spend, let's say, 15 minutes on each of the three sections. Okay. Just try, segregate, select all the easiest questions, because we may say that, let's say if my strong area is quant, if my strong area is quant, but still there will be some doable easy questions which are lying in other two sections as well. All right. So what I will do if I am taking this examination, though I'm not an aspirant for this examination, but if I'll be taking this examination as a student, so out of the 60 minutes which are allocated to me in this examination, I'll be spending 15 minutes on each of the three sections. Okay. After spending 15 minutes, which is good time for each of these sections, I'll be able to understand the level of difficulty separately for all the three sections. Okay. Based on which I can then spend the last 15 minutes. Okay. So if I'll see that quant is easy and I'm also strong in quant, then I'll be spending like 10 minutes out of the last 15 minutes on quant, and probably give 5 minutes to logical reasoning AR section. Okay. So you can just customize accordingly as per the difficulty level of any of the sections. Now if you are average in all the three sections, then you can spend the last 15 minutes as like probably 10 minutes on the easiest section and 5 minutes on the next easy section. Okay. Don't pick up lengthy questions, long questions, difficult questions in the first go. You have to have that much of control on yourself. Okay. So just practice this particular thing for the next 2 3 days using mock papers. Okay. That you are not wasting time in lengthy questions or difficult questions. This is a key to success in this particular examination. Okay. In exams like ZAT or maybe CAT, we can afford to waste 2 or 3 minutes. ZAT में तो हमें बहुत ज़्यादा time मिला था. Okay, so in ZAT, if even if you'll spend 2 or 3 minutes extra on one or two questions, it will not harm you. But here, if you'll waste 2 3 minutes, then it will definitely deter your score. Okay, so all the very best to all of you. I hope you liked this session. We'll see you once again. Have a good day. All the best.